Ever wondered how some people just seem to always get their way? It's like they have this superpower to make others do exactly what they want, often without the other person even realizing it. Is it charisma? Is it luck? Or is it something a little more calculated? The truth is, it often comes down to manipulation, a set of psychological tricks designed to control you. And the scary part, it's often invisible, hiding in plain sight in our daily interactions, from the workplace to our personal relationships. So, what exactly is manipulation? It's not just about lying. It's the subtle art of influencing someone's thoughts, emotions, and actions for your own benefit, often at their expense. Unlike healthy influence, which is based on respect and mutual understanding, manipulation is about control. It works by exploiting our natural human tendencies, our desire for connection, our empathy, It's like a secret language, and manipulators are fluent. But today, I'm going to teach you how to speak it too. Not so you can use it, but so you can recognize it and protect yourself from it. We're going to pull back the curtain on 5 of the most powerful psychological tricks that manipulators do you want you to know. By the end of this video, you won't just see the strings, you'll be able to cut them. Let's start with one of the most insidious and damaging tactics. Have you ever left a conversation feeling completely confused, questioning your own memory or sanity? You might have been The term comes from a 1938 play where a husband systematically dims the gaslights in their home but convinces his wife she is imagining it. That's the core of this tactic, making you doubt your own reality. A manipulator will say things like, "That never happened," "You're being too sensitive," or "You're imagining things." They'll deny events you know for a fact occurred, or twist your words to make you seem irrational. For example, you might bring up something hurtful they said, and they'll respond with, "I would never say that. You must have misunderstood me. You always overreact." Over time, this constant invalidation chips away at your self-confidence. You start to think, maybe I am crazy. Maybe my memory is bad. You begin to rely on the manipulator's version of reality because you no longer trust your own. It's a slow and steady erosion of your perception, designed to make you more dependent and easier to control. So, how do you defend against gaslighting? The key is to anchor yourself in your own reality. First, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Your intuition is a powerful defense mechanism. Second, document everything. Keep a private journal, save screenshots of text messages, or confide in a trusted friend. Write down what was said or what happened, exactly as you remember it. When the manipulator tries to rewrite history, you have your own record to refer back to. This isn't about winning an argument. It's about validating your own experience for yourself. And finally, set a firm boundary. You can say, "I know what I saw," or "We have different memories of this event, and I'm not going to argue about my perception of it." Refusing to engage in the debate over reality takes away their power. Next up, we have a trick that feels good at first, but is incredibly deceptive. Mirroring in itself isn't always bad. In psychology, it's a natural part of building rapport. We unconsciously copy the body language, speech patterns, and energy of people we like. But in the hands of a manipulator, it becomes a tool for creating a false sense of intimacy and trust, really fast. A manipulative person will study you. They'll subtly mimic your posture, your hand gestures, the way you speak. They'll echo your opinions and passions back to you, making you feel like you've just met your soulmate. If you say, "I love old black and white movies," they'll suddenly say, "Oh my gosh, me too." They have so much more depth than modern films. They create this illusion that you are one and the same, that they get you on a profound level. This fast-forwards the bonding process. You feel seen and understood. So you let your guard down and start sharing personal information much sooner than you normally would. You trust them because they feel like a perfect reflection of you. But it's just that, a reflection. It's a mask they wear to get close to you and gain your trust, which they can later exploit. The defense against mirroring is to pay attention to the pace of the relationship. Genuine connection takes time to build. If someone seems to perfect too soon, be cautious. Are their interests a genuine match? Or are they just echoing yours? Test it. Bring up a niche interest or a nuanced opinion. Do they engage with it thoughtfully? Or do they just agree enthusiastically without adding any substance? True compatibility involves differences and discussions, not just perfect agreement on everything. Slow down. Don't be afraid to take your time getting to know someone. Let their actions, over a long period, show you who they really are, not just the mirror they're holding up to you. Now for a classic sales tactic that has been weaponized in personal relationships, the foot-in-the-door technique. This trick is based on a simple psychological principle. If you agree to a small request, you're much more likely to agree to a larger one later on. It plays on our desire to be consistent. We want our actions to align with our previous commitments. A manipulator won't ask for a huge favor right away, because you'd probably say no. Instead, they start small. Hey, can you just give me a ride to the corner? A week later, it's, could you drive me across town? Before you know it, you're their personal chauffeur, and you don't even know how it happened. In a work context, it might be, can you just stay 5 extra minutes to help me with this? Which slowly turns into you working an extra hour unpaid every night. Each small yes makes it harder to say no to the next, slightly bigger request. You think, well, I already helped them with that, so I might as well help with this too. I don't want to seem unhelpful. They are slowly, methodically expanding the boundaries of what they can ask of you, one small step at a time. How do you stop this from happening? The best defense is to learn to see the pattern and be comfortable saying no, even to small things. Before you agree to any request, no matter how minor, take a moment to ask yourself, am I okay with where this could lead? Recognize that you are not obligated to say yes just because you said yes before. You are allowed to change your mind. Practice saying things like, I can't do that right now, or that doesn't work for me. You don't need to give a long explanation. A simple, firm no is a complete sentence. It's about protecting your time, energy, and resources. Remember, your willingness to help is a gift, not an obligation, and you get to decide who receives it. The fourth tactic is one that preys on our best quality, our empathy. It's guilt-tripping. Guilt is a powerful emotion, and manipulators are experts at using it as a weapon to get what they want. They make you feel responsible for their feelings and their problems. They use language that frames you as the bad guy if you don't comply. You'll hear things like, I guess I'll just have to manage all by myself, said with a heavy sigh. Or, after you set a boundary, I can't believe you'd be so selfish after everything I've done for you. ... double quotes. They often play the victim, exaggerating their hardships to make you feel sorry for them. This triggers your natural desire to help and to alleviate their suffering. You feel guilty, so you give in, you do the favor. You cancel your plans, you lend the money. But here's the thing. It's not about helping them. It's about them controlling you through your own compassion. They are essentially holding their own happiness hostage and making you pay the ransom. To defend against guilt-tripping, you must learn to separate your responsibility from theirs. You are responsible for your actions and intentions, but you are not responsible for other people's emotional reactions. A great technique is to acknowledge their feelings without accepting the blame. You can say, I understand that you're disappointed, but my decision still stands. This shows empathy for their emotion, but it doesn't accept the guilt they're trying to place on you. Ask yourself, is this my responsibility to fix? More often than not, the answer is no. A healthy person communicates their needs directly. They don't try to make you feel bad for not being able to meet them. Protect your empathy. It's a superpower. But like any power, it can be turned against you if you're not careful. Finally, let's talk about the fifth and perhaps most isolating tactic: isolation. A manipulator knows that their power over you is strongest when you're alone. Outside voices from friends, family, or colleagues can offer perspective. They might say, hey, the way they're treating you isn't right. This is a threat to the manipulator's control. So, they work to cut you off from your support system. This can be subtle at first. They might make comments like, your friends are a bad influence, or your family doesn't really understand our connection. They might create drama every time you'd plan to see other people. making it so exhausting that it feels easier to just stay home with them. They might demand all of your free time, framing it as a sign of their deep love and commitment. "If you really loved me, you'd want to spend all your time with me," they'll say. Over time, your world shrinks until they are the only person in it. Once you're isolated, they have complete control over the narrative. Their voice is the only one you hear. Their version of reality is the only one you know. Gaslighting becomes more effective, guilt-tripping becomes more potent, and you have no one to turn to for a reality check. The defense against isolation is to actively and fiercely protect your connections. Make your relationships with friends and family a non-negotiable priority. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for spending time with people you care about. If someone consistently has a problem with everyone else in your life, the problem isn't everyone else, it's them. Listen to your loved ones. If multiple people who care about you are raising red flags about someone, take it seriously. They are your anchor to reality. Nurture your hobbies, your career, and your personal interests outside of the relationship. A full, rich life with a strong support network is the ultimate defense against a manipulator trying to shrink your world. So, we've covered gaslighting, mirroring, the foot-in-the-door technique, guilt-tripping, and isolation. These are not just abstract concepts. They are real tools used by real people to exert control. But knowledge is power. The moment you can put a name to what you're experiencing, the manipulator's spell begins to break. You shift from being a confused participant to an informed observer. Recognizing these tricks is the first giant step. The next is trusting yourself enough to act. It's about building the self-respect to say, "My reality is valid," the courage to say no, and the wisdom to protect your connections. It's not about becoming cold or cynical. It's about becoming wise. It's about loving others without losing yourself. Remember the empowering truth we started with. Once you see it, you can never be controlled again. You reclaim your power, your reality, and your life. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on building a stronger, more empowered you. I'll see you in the next video.